All right, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Welcome to another edition of Reality Recap, Relationship Recap. This is your one half of your host, Christal XO, and I got my other half, I'm not going to say my better half, but it's my other half right here, Scorpio Mo,
The other
Pajama Mo, co-host Pajama Mo.
Finest. How you doing, Crystal? Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. Is this part of the new set?
I bought another one.
Okay. Hey, it keeps happening.
Bought another one.
Fresh pajama sets for every Friday. I love it.
I'm trying to get a sponsorship. That's what I'm really trying to do.
I knew something was happening. I knew something was going on. Something was happening. Happy Friday, chat. Happy Friday to the chat. The chat is here. The chat is ready. We have had quite a week. And yes, Rhonda, thank God it is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God. A lot has happened. For anyone who has not watched over the last two Wednesday or Monday, Sugar Pie did have her puppies. Just giving all the aunties and the uncles in the chat a update. The puppies will be a week old on Sunday. They still have not opened their eyes. So next week, I will be introducing them to the chat. They are out there with a very distraught Sugar Pie. Yes, there's twins. Actually, they don't look alike at all. One looks like, hey, Pam, welcome to the chat. Welcome, Pam. Pam says she's new and Hello. She enjoyed the show.
What up, Pam?
Welcome, Pam. So, Rhonda, we have two puppies. Now, for those of you that are not up to date, Sugar Pie, who is a mini poodle, ran off absconded with a Chihuahua from around the way. And I did, you know what? I do have a couple of pictures of the puppies. They don't have their eyes open yet. We're just calling them thing one and thing two right now, because I don't want to get attached. So that's thing one and thing two. One of them has poodle hair. The other has Chihuahua hair. They don't really look alike, but it's going to be interesting. And I just learned that I was thinking I was rid of them in 6 weeks because someone's already bought the little boy. And so I've had some inquiries on the little girl, but I thought that I could get rid of them at 6 weeks. It turns out they have to stay with the mother for 8 weeks. I didn't know that. 8 to 10 weeks is what the vet said.
Damn, man. That's
I know, right?
Yeah. Nah, I'm just thinking of you saying the mother and you're going to take the babies from the mother.
Well, they have to grow on their own. They have to go out and have families of their own.
Yeah, but who's doing that at 6 months? 4 months?
Their months are quicker than ours. Like look how fast they're weaning off. You know what? I should have brought next week. I will bring the pictures because when Sugar Pie left, she looked so sweet. She came back and she looked. I'll just have to put it up because I want Pam and the people that are new to understand what we're talking about, because they may not understand what happened, how bad this really was, how shocked I was. And the thing about it, the reason it made the chat is because the day that I came over to Mo's and we had me and C-Dub were at your house, Sugar Pie had ran out. My mother was here. And so Sugar Pie managed to trick my mom and she left with the little boy, the little Chihuahua, because she was in heat. But I do feel like I need to share with you all how, for those of you that aren't aware, what happened. So she looked one way and then she looked another way. And it was quite unsettling. It was quite unsettling to all of us. But anyway, the end result is we have two puppies. I do think that she is a teenage mom because she does not really want to stay with the puppies. Like whenever you call her name, she wants to come out. She wants to come away from them. But she knows they're crying and then she'll be like, I got to go back in there. It's like the teenage girl that wants to go hang out, but she can't because she had these babies. She had these babies.
She on Wick?
I mean, she probably needs to be. She needs to be. Adrian said he's having to provide puppy support, so he has to work a lot extra. You know, I mean, poor gun boss is out there trying to figure out how to make puppy support. It's a lot going on here. Let me see if I can get these pictures because I just need everybody to understand what happened, and then we can move on with the Never Ever Mets. And first, I think we need to talk about Pop the Balloon because I'm a little concerned. I know, and a lot of our viewers would always say that we should. You remember they would always say that you and I should review Pop the Balloon. So I wonder if they feel like that still.
I thought they were saying, we should do a Pop the Balloon. That's what I thought.
No, I heard a lot of people say that we should review it, but I also heard people say that you should go on Pop the Balloon.
I already turned it down.
I know, but I'm just saying people thought that you would be a good candidate on Pop the Balloon.
Yeah, definitely need to talk about that on that.
Yeah.
Y'all saw it. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. I think everybody saw it. Okay, so here we go. All right, so just to tell the story, so those of you that are not up to speed understand, this is Sugar Pie. Usually Sugar Pie is in here with me, and this is how she looked. This was first week of February. This was Sugar Pie that morning. She has on her dress. She has her hair bow, and she was looking very sweet. So I left to go do an event, and then after the event, I was going over to Mo's to film in his studio, and my mom was here with Sugar Pie. She called me frantic that Sugar Pie left. This is Sugar Pie when she returned. It was obvious that she had been deflowered. Do you see how much frizzy? You see how frizzy her hair looks? She was gone for like 3.5, 4 hours.
I see her shirt is hiked up too.
Well, that's the most important thing. The dress that was like this is now like this. And she looks guilty of many things. So anyway, that is just to give you guys the explanation, the proof of what had happened. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this Pop the Balloon. You guys all know the history of this show, or most people probably know the history of the show. But I actually know you, Mo, you actually have been following the show a lot longer than I have. Can you talk a little bit about the history of Pop the Balloon?
Yeah, I first got introduced to it in 2021. There's different variations of it. And it was younger demographic. I would say early 20s. And then they kind of groom. And the woman that produced this show, who the one that seemed to have the most viral moments, she seemed to, it matured it a little bit. And she was like a more serious type of host that kind of let the people do their thing. Her and her husband, actually. I don't know if it's a husband or boyfriend, but they're a couple.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. And that's when it started to really take off and go viral. And they would even show clips on Saturday Night Live and stuff to that in that nature. But obviously they struck a deal with Netflix and it changed a little bit. Now she took a seat. She's a producer. It's another woman host that used to be on, what's the show, Christal?
Insecure. Yvonne Orji. She's a comedian, Nigerian comedian, an actress, gorgeous, very funny. I've watched her stand-up comedy. And, it's just interesting because the host was very, just professional, but she also made the contestants be the stars. So she allowed the contestants to really speak and, she never tried to overpower that, right? So Netflix, what happened is a production company got with them and sold it to Netflix. They probably got a nice check. Told her they couldn't have her be host because they didn't, the mass public did not know her. And they always believe in celebrity. So they thought bringing Yvonne in as the host, she brought a lot more energy. That would be a better deal. So they brought in Yvonne, made her an EP. I'm sure her partners were EPs as well. And they also brought in a lot of reality stars to be the actual, singles. and made a big deal. This is what it looked like. So they obviously, it became gentrified, right? They gentrified it because before it was something that kind of had more of African American. I don't think I saw very many. I saw a couple of, pop the balloons with others, but for the most part, it was ours, right? It was us,
Right.
especially with this young lady that was a host. So they bring it to Netflix. They bring in a production company, push her to the back, bring Yvonne Orji, who is African American, well, no, Nigerian American comedian and actress, as that, just has a little bit more visibility. And it was a complete dud. It was a complete dud because, in my opinion, what they did was they whitewashed it. They tried to, and it became corny. The thing that made it so dope is that it felt very authentic. And even though I will say the consistency between the two is that girls are really hard on guys. I will say that is what I get from both the authentic version and the corny commercial version, is that girls are really, really hard on guys. But it just felt like a show. Like you said earlier, it felt like a skit as opposed to an actual show.
Right.
Ridiculous. And did anybody see it? Let me see if there's anybody in the comments. Did anybody see I didn't like none of that. I didn't like the outfit. I hated it all. I hated everything.
Here's the thing, dear white people, if you like what we doing, just leave it alone. We don't need your unseasoning version of what we already. If you like it, that's the reason why we got on your radar. Just leave it alone. Our slang. I'm going down the list now because I'm
Come on, Mo. Come on, do it.
Our slang, our dances. If you like it, I get it, and I know we control cool. I get it, but once it gets in your hands, it's no longer as cool.
It's not cool at all. You take the cool out of it. You extract.
I promise you, you're going to get what you want if you just leave it. The beauty of it was these were unknown people, right? And it's everything does not need star power. It's not today's market. It does not. So I just think that we can learn a lesson from this, and hopefully maybe they leased it. They didn't sell it to them. Because
they probably got a nice check, and I'm all for expansion. But the thing about this, I remember I had a mentor named Alice Blue. I don't know if Alice is still in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I had an amazing mentor, and she told me it's on Netflix now, so you can watch it. It comes on live on Thursdays, but it's still there. But Alice told me, because I had someone steal an idea, and she said, Christal, it's your brain is the creative hub. And someone can steal something from you, but they will never be able to execute it the way you did. And you always will have more creativity because it's just in you. And she told me that, and she told me to move on and stop crying about the situation. So I believe Druzy says they're still doing the YouTube version. And I think that still won't be the same. But the thing about it is they know that they have something and we can create something else. I appreciate Mo just saying, sometimes leave things alone. Like if it's not, but also we have to have the confidence and the courage to know that we don't need it to be fixed. I remember when I first put my first novel out, and I sent it out to all these different publishing companies, and another author that was very successful at the time told me that she liked the book, but she wanted me to change things around. It was about one character, and she wanted me to make it 5. And she wanted me to do, and I remember thinking, no, I really believe in this. And I was really young then, so I didn't know better. I was really headstrong, and I was like, no, but I trusted my creative voice, and somebody else bought it as is. So I think we have to have the courage to say, no, I like it this way, and this is what made it successful, and I have to have creative control. The host should have stayed the host because She did a great job of not overpowering, and it didn't feel cheesy. Last night, and I like Yvonne, she's a comedian, but it became more about the bad jokes than it did about the actual singles. And the singles were unserious.
Very, very.
And the weird thing is, Yvonne, and she's always dressed impeccably. I love what she had on. She looked great. She's beautiful. But she is not in a relationship. And she recently went viral for saying that she was a virgin, and her and it's just weird. Like, is she
Exactly.
Does she need to be on Pop the Balloon? Like, I just want someone that's, has a little wisdom, can let the contestants do their thing, ask questions, and then just keep it moving. All the jokes and stuff, it just was a lot. It was a lot.
That was the other thing too. Now that it's produced by Hollywood, it's like now you guys got writers.
Yeah, like no.
Taken away from it.
See, Mo, if we got a show, we have to make sure that we do not allow them to come in and mess up our chemistry, our friendship chemistry.
And they'll try.
They will.
They try, but you gotta you stand on your ground, man. And they wanted the show for a reason. They want to see if you're gonna move, and if you go ahead and move, because people come into it, they're nervous. It's their first real big opportunity, and they're like they don't want to blow it, but it's a negotiation. You never take the first offer. You know what I mean? It's a negotiation. Right.
But I'm sure she did, and I'm sure Netflix is giving out big checks, so I'm sure she did. She got a great check. We're just saying that as far as the audience is concerned, it just dumbed it down for Netflix. But PRNB says she still is doing her show every Wednesday on Netflix. So good for her. But I'm glad she got a bag. And it also gives her producer credits so she can start another show, as well. But I'm still saying the creativity is horrible. And I think once they see the PR that they received today, they probably are going to go back and they're probably going to try to backpedal, because they are doing them live. So they have an opportunity to backpedal and try to address it before the series is over.
And I like the fact that it's husband and wife.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I think people that are in relationships should helm relationship shows. Like, that just makes sense. But anyway, okay. That was our commentary on Pop the Balloon. Before we get into the Never Ever Mets tonight, I want to play this viral clip that OWN put out, and then I want us to have a talk about it. Can we do that as a family? Let's have a talk about it, because I think this clip revealed a lot that the show did not reveal tonight. So let's get into this clip.
The order at a restaurant is either wings or hibachi.
I think my partner's favorite dish to order at a restaurant is maybe some wings.
Brandon's favorite dish to order at a restaurant is tacos. He loves tacos.
My favorite dish to order at a restaurant is a fried chicken salad with Thousand Island dressing.
My favorite color is pink.
Jay's favorite color is pink.
Cinco's favorite color is black.
My favorite color is black.
My favorite color, I like all the colors.
Her favorite color is gold, but it might be wrong.
He told me his favorite color was green.
My favorite color is blue, even though she thinks it's green.
My most used emoji is the eggplant.
Probably the laughing emoji.
His most used emoji is the eye rolling.
My most used emoji would probably have to be the laughing emoji or the side-eye emoji.
My biggest pet peeve about him, I don't like the way he makes noises, like sound effects.
Jay's biggest pet peeve about me would probably be the sound effects that I make. My biggest pet peeve about Jay is sometimes struggling to answer questions directly.
I think Cinco's biggest pet peeve about me would be like chaos, like the way I get dressed, the way I pack.
My favorite pizza topping, I'm kind of like cheese or sausage I could do.
The other night she ordered a cheese pizza. My favorite pizza topping is pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
The most influential person in my life is my mom.
Her mom. The most influential person in my life is my mom.
I think his mom is also the most influential person in his life.
Chris Brown, all day.
Probably Chris Brown or something. My celebrity crush is Megan Good.
I don't know. Me?
Interesting.
I just want to say, I'm just going to go to the obvious. Okay. Here we are with this couple. First of all, I can't stand you. First of all, if her favorite food is wings, and she said that she thought his favorite food was chicken, but he said no, a chicken sandwich. He said his favorite food is a chicken salad, is salad with chicken on it.
She thought she heard something.
I can't stand you. Ah, that's not an alignment. That's not an alignment. If you enjoy salads and your partner enjoys wings, that's your favorite. There's a little bit of a discrepancy there. Now,
No. Well, no.
okay, all right, okay. What about this? This is where I feel like there's a problem. She said her crush was Chris Brown.
Right.
I think that's probably a lot of women's crush and women, children, yeah. The guy he said his crush was Megan Good.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Megan Good?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about that? That they have nothing in common.
No, but that has nothing to do with a crush. You crush on. That just means you probably even know yourself. You'll probably never get. You just crush on them. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think your celebrity crush usually kind of explains the prototype of what you like.
Maybe just like nah, that's a little much. Nah.
Really?
Yeah, you could just crush on it and know whether you probably know to yourself, I'm not their type. I just have a crush on them. I don't think it's the same thing.
Well, see, when I ask people who is their celebrity crush, I'm asking because I want to know, like, what do you like?
Yeah, but you could probably like it, but knowing that it could be knowing that you'll never be with them. It could be knowing that they're not gonna like you. You could just crush on somebody. You can have a crush on the teacher, not to say you're gonna get with the teacher. You just like it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but when I'm asking people, like, even when I'm like doing relationship therapy and stuff with people, I would say, like, who's your celebrity crush to get an idea of what they're attracted to.
Yeah, but being attracted and knowing, like, I don't think it's necessarily the same thing.
Uh-oh, Virgo Crochet came for me. Said Adrian don't look nothing like Denzel. He doesn't. But I have admitted that at the beginning, Adrian was not my physical type. God had to show me that it was my physical type. And now it is. So now, but that's just, I mean, Denzel has to stay, respectfully. But of course, that's not how I'm attracted. That's not what I'm attracted to now but it used to be. I tell you what, unfortunately, my ex-husband did look like Denzel. That was a mistake.
Okay, it's like this. You could have, your dream, this stuff that you dream of, but what can you actually live in and that makes sense for you might be something totally different than your dream home once you get the money, and then you'd be like, okay. Does that make sense?
What if the girl that you were dating told you that her dream crush or her celebrity crush was The Rock?
Okay. She just had a crush on The Rock. It doesn't mean that I just hope one day I could. She fantasized or she could see herself in a relationship.
Okay, I could be wrong. I can be wrong. A crush means nothing. I don't think a crush means nothing. I think a crush is your prototype. And I would be concerned because Megan Good is so different. Like, if he really likes BBWs, I would expect his crush to be a little bit more BB and W.
But to me, what is your crush, or who do you see yourself with? I don't think it's like when we talk about it, it's like, what is your type? Your type to look at and nice, or your type, because a lot of the people have you ever been with your type? Some people, they just like to look at it, but what is the person that the type of people that you're used to dating? It's different than.
That's my type right there.
I can really say you just sound like.
Say hi, baby. I know, because he just busted him. This is my type. You gonna say hi? Y'all saw him wave. But no, I'm telling you, if Gumball said his type was, Stacey Dash, I would probably feel a little worried.
But that's not the type he's used to getting, or the type he likes.
But usually people's type are the type they're used to getting, I would think. I'm just saying, that's just my concern.
But you can have a crush on older men. It's not like you're used to getting older men. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I don't know, but I just felt a little concerned for Kiki. But if everybody doesn't agree, it's okay. I just feel like you would feel, as a woman, you want to feel like you at least have the same capacity. It may be in an exaggerated state, but I know, like, I understand my husband's crushes me along. Okay. She's brown, at least, At least she's brown.
Kiki knows she not going to get Chris Brown. She just might have a crush on him or crush him, but I'm just, it doesn't mean that she knows she's going to be with him and she's used to getting Chris Brown types. She just likes him. That's all. It's not
okay. All right. Okay. We'll see what happens as the show goes on. I'm just going to say it. I am concerned that Kiki is a fetish, and that's not really what he's into.
We're going to find out.
What?
So we going to find out.
We're going to find, we're going to find out. Not the residuals. Okay, I will say in that clip, Mo.
That's funny. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In the clip, I feel like Brittany, no. It's Cinco and Jay had the most, they had the most commonalities. They got the most right. And that's Cinco and Jay right here. They got everything right. All their answers in that clip, they got right.
These were the tall people, by the way.
Yeah, the talls. The talls. Yeah, the basketball player and the basketball coach. Right. They got all their answers right. I will say that I am very concerned, specifically because of tonight's episode, about this right here. Ooh. This was most concerning to me. It's very weird to me that Chris said in that clip, my favorite color is blue, although she thinks it's green. Why? Why would she think it's green? And you had on a green shirt.
Well, maybe she thought she saw him with two outfits that had green on it and just assumed that it was green.
Their communication is off. That's just.
This is the woman that she's kind of takes charge.
This is the one that yes that he had to paint stop on his back.
And there you go.
But I mean, if you look at how he's doing it, let's watch that clip one more. I just want you to see how he's coming across. It just doesn't feel genuine to me. I think her favorite color is all gold, although she may not say it is. The only thing he got right was the pizza, because they had just eaten pizza.
There you go.
I just don't think it's a really good fit. I think that Cinco and Jay are the most connected. Let's run it back one more time just for clarity.
To order at a restaurant is either wings or hibachi.
I think my partner's favorite dish to order at a restaurant is maybe some wings.
Brandon's favorite dish to order at a restaurant is tacos. He loves tacos.
My favorite dish to order at a restaurant is a fried chicken salad with Thousand Island dressing.
My favorite color is pink.
Jay's favorite color is pink.
Cinco's favorite color is black.
My favorite color is black.
My favorite color, I like all the colors.
Her favorite color is gold, but it might be wrong.
He told me his favorite color was green.
My favorite color is blue, even though she thinks it's green.
My most used emoji is the eggplant.
Probably the laughing emoji.
His most used emoji is the eye rolling.
My most used emoji would probably have to be the laughing emoji or the side eye emoji.
My biggest pet peeve about him, I don't like the way he makes noises, like sound effects.
Jay's biggest pet peeve about me would probably be the sound effects that I make. My biggest pet peeve about Jay is sometimes struggling to answer questions directly.
I think Cinco's biggest pet peeve about me would be like chaos, like the way I get dressed, the way I pack.
My favorite pizza topping, I'm kind of like cheese or sausage I could do.
The other night, you ordered a cheese pizza. My favorite pizza topping is pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
The most influential person in my life is my mom.
Her mom. The most influential person in my life is my mom.
I think his mom is also the most influential person in his life.
Chris Brown all day.
Probably Chris Brown or something. My celebrity crush is Megan Good.
I don't know. Me?
No.
Does anybody think it's strange that
He didn't pick a girl.
what?
He didn't pick another big girl as a celebrity crush.
Well, you guys say y'all didn't think that was strange. A lot of people in the chat agree with you, so I'm gonna let it go. But can we talk about Charlie saying that her most used emoji is the eggplant,
Not surprised.
and she has 4 children?
And there, yeah. How many daddies? I would like to know.
I don't know. That's a lot of eggplants. That's a lot of eggplant. He was like, he definitely does not look like Chris Brown.
Remember they sitting on the couch, laying on the couch, and she was like, he keeps looking at me.
Yeah.
She got it on her brain, man. That's how she got them 4 babies.
But she did. Y'all not gonna stop. She said if you squint your eyes, she can kind of look like a BBW version of Megan. I think Kiki is beautiful, and she's got the cutest face.
What? What?
If you squint your eye,
you can't squint your eyes that close. Come on, man, stop! Don't do that. Come on.
No, y'all. I tried. You tried it. You tried it. I just said if you squint your eyes, she can kind of look like a BBW of Megan. No, I think she's a pretty girl. I don't necessarily think she looks like Megan.
Yeah, there you go. That's all.
Yeah, she does need to leave the eggplant. But how about him also having a baby? What?
Did I tell y'all?
You did. You called it.
But why wasn't she relieved like he was relieved at first?
I almost feel like that had to be, she had to be playing for the camera, because the fact that she tried to act like it was a problem, I'm like, girl, not only are you pumping for a new baby, but you got 2 extra kids. And how did she tell him about the 12-year-old but not the middle ones?
Because they live with the daddy. I'm telling you.
You're probably right.
They live with the daddy.
You're right. Yes, Clay has one. Then Clay also has a baby. Can I tell you something? I'm going to give you your props. You have said, in fact, I think last week we were talking about relationships, and you said you do not like long distance. After tonight, I understand why you're saying that, because it appears that everybody that's long distance is having babies on people that are far away. Like, how do you have 3 people have had babies and the other person that they were supposed to be talking to did not know?
In-town coochie always beats out-town coochie, just so you know. Even if it's less attractive, it's here.
It's available.
And you're not.
But they're not. They are playing. But still, how do you hide? I understand how it's easier for a guy,
right,
to hide a pregnancy because,
right. He didn't see her face swelling up at least, or nothing on the camera.
I guess not. I mean, she's 1 month out and she doesn't look like she was pregnant. She does not. She does not look like she's had 4 kids.
Well, the surgery will do that.
Right. She did not look like she had any trouble putting on a bathing suit and getting ready to paint.
Yeah.
Seafood says close cooch beats far cooch.
That's a fact.
And there it is. But everybody's got babies.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's one thing, but to have a whole baby.
A whole baby.
Come on now. Yeah, it's some cake. Come on now.
But that also lets you know that these people were unserious, because if you were serious, you would know that that's going to come out.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so, Marriott, we have heard the tea that allegedly Country Chris has the OnlyFans page, and it involves it is a, how do I say this? It is a member. The OnlyFans page services the LBC.
That's what we hear. That's
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, they're.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know. I don't know. I will say this. He don't come across as that to me.
Really?
He don't. Somebody else do, but not him.
Oh, okay. Who comes across? Hold on. Who comes across that way?
A little bit. The brother that you got on, what's the name? Was it Jared? At first.
Jared?
At first.
See, I didn't get that. I didn't get that from him.
I got that demeanor. And then it went away. And then when he said he had the baby, but right before he said that, I watched it and I was like, it seemed a little weird. But he was really excited because it was a relief off of him. He knew if he told his thing, then it'd be all right because we both got the same issue. And then
He was happy that she came out with that. But did you guys also notice that he was like, I don't think he really cool with her having 4 kids. That changed the dynamic completely.
Yeah, because he started thinking, okay, mine and yours, that's a lot.
Yeah.
He kept pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was like, what did she say? Just work with it.
Yeah, she was like, just don't say nothing right now. She knows that that man is not going to want to deal with all them kids.
That part.
That's too many kids.
That part.
He does kind of look like Jamie Foxx. I thought that. Yes, Chris was on Ready to Love. We've been talking about that for the last 2 weeks. Chris was on Ready to Love on the Dallas-Fort Worth season. Yeah, he could look a little bit like Jamie Foxx, a better version. I think he's a more handsome version.
He looked like Homeboy, I told you. The actor and director.
Oh, yeah. But okay, what about this gentleman right here? So Brandon, what did you guys think when Brandon was like, he liked being submissive? He said, "Oh, it made me feel so submissive." How did you feel about that when they were
I didn't like that statement. I felt the way when he said that. I was like, oh.
How did you feel?
Like, I don't know. Like, he wanted, maybe the first thing that came to mind was he was close to his mother and she was real dominant. And he likes that. He's comfortable in that space. Anytime I seen a dude like that, it's a mother thing. And she was controlling his over, he adores his mother, which is perfectly fine and normal. Yeah. But when she's controlling and you're into that, and like you don't feel like it's love unless you're the one here, you're submissive to whatever. And I don't really necessarily think that's a man's position, his space.
Oh, PR Envy said the body is a clue and it's common to have a larger woman as a beard.
Interesting. You know what? I want to say I heard that before.
I have heard that before, and I was thinking like that because he's very ripped up. I agree, Lynn. None of these relationships are going to... I honestly don't know. I think maybe Cinco and Jay, because I do... They have something in common.
They do.
They make sense. Okay. All right. Oh, you're bringing the puppies? Oh, my God. Adrian has stolen the puppy. Oh my gosh. Here's one of the little puppies. This is a crazy show, guys. Adrian stole the puppies. Hey, and you hear Sugar Pie's going crazy. Hey, little guy. This is the boy. Okay.
Oh, the boy.
I didn't want this one. Get Kane out. You want to say hi at least? They can't see you. Oh, man. I'm so sorry. Y'all, that was my husband. For any of y'all that don't know, that's Gun Boss, my husband, and Kane. Kane is no longer allowed in here. Yeah, so the boy puppy is curly and the girl puppy's hair is straight. Okay. Yes, so he is my type because I do kind of, I do like the muscles and you see the tattoos. I like that. So that part was my type. The poodle, the babies are Puawas. They're poodle and Chihuahua. Not she said mutts. Girl, don't come for my puppies now. All right. I thought the submissive thing was kind of like a sign that he could be a member of the LBC. I did.
I'm not mad at that statement. He left the door open on that one because that was kind of...
Because he repeated it. He doubled down. He said it twice.
He did.
He said it made him feel good. He liked feeling submissive. And there's nothing wrong with that. We want to make sure that people know, watching this show with Relationship Recap, that we enjoy and we welcome all. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all.
We're just trying to see who's who. That's all.
We're just trying to find the truth. But we welcome and we support and we love and encourage all. Not Punanis. No, C Boogie. They're not Punanis. They are Mexican and French. They are. We see. They are. But yes, I do think honesty is good. People in the chat are still talking about the rumors that Chris is bisexual and that there are a lot of people out there in the street saying that that's happened. From what I heard, a gentleman friend of his has come out, but we don't know. This is all allegedly. We don't know.
Y'all do some more digging. Report back to us.
I've heard that a few times. I've heard a few times that there are, but sometimes when people are on TV, especially now, sometimes people like to come out and they lie just so that they can get attention. So we don't know. We don't know. He definitely didn't give us that energy when he was on the show. He was on here when he was on Ready to Love, and I definitely didn't get that energy then. However, I did see some photos from his OnlyFans account, and the picture I saw was you as well, Marriott. I did see some photos. They were not nudes, but it just looked a little suspect. You saw them, right?
Don't put me in it.
I sent you the text.
I know, but I don't want them to know I seen that.
We don't know. We're just saying allegedly, but we just want to make sure that you guys know what we're talking about. Okay? Right. We just want you guys to know what we're talking about. Shall we put the pictures up? Shall I put them up?
No, we shall not.
No, we shall not. Okay. All right. Mo says we shall not.
Do that.
We shall not. All right. Maybe another time, at another time. Right now, we will not. We will not. Okay. Let's finish talking about, first of all, the body painting. Why is OWN pushing this body painting date on us?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But what I like with the woman coming in and kind of like that kind of regulated it a little bit, like, and gave it some because like there was some like, what's the word, because it could have went somewhere else if it was left to them. It was supposed to be something meaningful about the other person, correct?
It was supposed to be, but it felt like they did it on Ready to Love and they thought, well, let's do it again. Like, come on. I don't like it. I just, because you got to remember, these people haven't seen each other. And a few of the women said that they felt uncomfortable doing it. I just don't feel like it's a good first activity.
I'm not going to lie. I thought that too. I was like, because you could tell the women weren't, yeah.
It's not to teach. It says it was to teach boundaries, but that's not what you do first.
Well, apparently some people did not listen to the boundaries, did they?
Let's talk about Alexis and Chris. Let's keep it right there. What did you think from a male's perspective? Because I'm gonna say this. I don't think that as a woman, usually men are not really into boundaries. Men don't really have boundaries when it comes to touching them. So did you feel like she was violating his boundaries?
No. But I think she was just violating the rules, and that's the thing. It's you don't follow instructions. They clearly gave it to you, so that says a lot about your character.
This is Alexis and Chris. So this is the couple that she put her handprint on his butt,
right,
over his eggplant.
Right.
She wrote his name, her name on his chest, and it was just a lot of. Even the other women were like, she's trying to prove that it's ownership, it's territorial.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one way to take it. I just know she didn't follow that. That was his whole thing with the stop. Like you don't listen, and it's not me telling you. The woman told you the rules.
Yeah,
you're not even listening to her. So that's what I take from it. Was she marking her territory? I don't know if anybody else has eyes for the brother or not, but I don't know. She kind of rubs me the wrong way.
What is she? Because she keeps saying that she gets her way all the time, and that she's like she never loses. And I just think that after 47 years on this earth, you have had some losses. That's just realistic. I don't care what you look like or what you think you look like. You've had some losses after 27 years, and she's from Philly. The energy just feels very much arrogant and cocky, and not necessarily like for why.
You saw when she told the story, she was in the car with the guy, he was looking at a woman, and she put her.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
First of all, why would you tell a guy that?
She thought it was cute, because up there it would have been. That's how they view it. They match that. I don't know, man. It's a lot.
But let me ask you this: Is it that has to be attractive to some men, right? Because they've been talking, and she didn't just start that type of conversation. Like that's just who she is. So I do think some guys are attracted to women that are very aggressive like that. I mean, hell, we hear Brandon saying that he likes being submissive.
Well, that might be a little something different. But you want somebody to be like, yo, they don't play about you. You know what I'm saying? But not to that degree.
Yeah, I agree with Under the Olive Branches. I think they're acting. I think he's acting 100%. I don't think I think he wants to be on TV. I don't believe he's really into this at all. I don't buy it. I don't feel even when he was having the conversation with Jared, it felt forced to me. He was like, man, what'd you think about that, man? And my mom had different men come in and they all tried to take control of her. And then I went to live with my dad and he tried to control me. Your dad tried to control you. You were living with him. You had to abide by his rules. Like, it just felt very much like he was trying to have a therapeutic moment, a fake one.
He definitely was. He didn't say it the way, like you said it, but yeah.
How did he say it?
He was talking calm. Made it seem like he was like, hey.
I was just like, because I was listening to what he was saying. He was like, his mom brought a lot of men in. They tried to control his mom.
Right.
And then he said that he went with his dad and his dad tried to control him.
Right. He has some other issues obviously going on. If those are true stories or whatever. But.
Well, if that is a lot of step parents that he had. But that's so crazy because when he was on Ready to Love and he came on here, he tried to make it seem like he came from this amazing family that was, kind of like socially upwardly mobile. And I was surprised to hear this side of the story come out here. And he said it gave him some trauma. And I think everybody has trauma from how they grew up. No matter if you grew up, in a big house or a little house. It doesn't matter what the economic situation was or what the divorce or married. Everybody has some type of trauma from something that happened to them when they were little because people are not perfect.
He knows how to play the game. He's been on reality TV. He knows you got to have a story. He knows that.
Exactly.
Okay.
I agree. He definitely knows knows how to. And I think on Ready to Love, he was the curveball, so he didn't get much time. So he's trying to really like come for it now.
That part.
Yeah. What about we were talking in the commercials, with texting and everything, and I felt like this couple here, Alicia.
Oh,
I feel like there's some issues. Alicia and Irvin. What the hell happened tonight with Alicia and Irvin? What? I'm just confused.
It's her. It's her. And I at first I thought, I want to kind of go to the cooking. I want to reach all of them, but the cooking one is where I really saw it. And it was like, she don't, respectfully, if you don't eat something, or if you're, and she's like, well, kind of. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, when it became the issue with the butter, right?
Well, first it was the butter. She wanted vegan butter. Then he said oil, and it went, well, I don't like a lot of oil. It's like, oh.
Well, no, here's the thing. She kept pushing it.
She did.
They said, okay, but not a lot. And then it just became pushy. Like, hey, look, go in there because look, that's what it became. Like, we heard you, but then you kept pushing it.
Yeah.
Son got tired. I think he might have, he could have checked his tone a little bit more and let the woman handle the woman instead of the man. Because had there been another brother but son was already tired. He was already tired of her, so he didn't want to address it. But had they been in good spirits or been another man, it might have to be a man-to-man issue when it necessarily wasn't in the beginning. And you should have fell back. I do say that about him. But she is, I seen it. Even when they had the discussion at the foot of the bed, same thing.
Yeah, he said, I think that him saying when she tried to go to him and tell, she was like, he yelled at me. And that was her trying to get Irvin.
Tried to get him riled up.
To go do something. And he was like, it seems like she was the problem. He didn't do it. But this is the thing. I understand she has issue, but to me, I agree with the chat. There's some people in the chat saying this. She seems like she was not ready for this show at all. Even when she first came, it was just like she doesn't feel comfortable being here and there. Like, why are you here? What is happening? And I understand that she's gone through some things. Everybody on the show has gone through life. Everybody is dealing with it. But she does not feel like it does not feel like she was ready to come on a dating show or actually to be dating at all.
She's kind of like the girl in the last one.
Which one? Oh, yeah, the one that would go home because, yeah, except not as abrasive.
Right. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
I thought the one that went home, the one that was calling people.
Like Chris, the one that was dating, talking to Aaron.
Yeah. She was just mean.
Right. She don't seem as mean, but she just seemed moody and she wasn't up to being there. She was trying to push through, but it showed.
Yeah. I agree. I think she's not, Jody, she's not ready to be on this show. She's not ready to date. Like, that's the example. This is a good example of someone that was not ready to date. She's a very pretty girl, but she's very soft to the touch. Any little thing, she's upset. Even with him trying to, who was he doing yoga with? Because I was like, who was she doing yoga with that he saw her doing yoga with?
It don't matter. It could have been anybody. It didn't matter. But I do want to know, though, but it didn't matter.
But for him to tell her, let's do it together, and she said no, and she was real big on like boundaries, and I'm not ready to do this, and I'm not ready. And then you do it with something like, I did think he took it. I do think he was a little bit sensitive with that too, though.
I mean, because he's trying. And then for him to make a request, and I don't know if she said yes or no, but then turn around and it happened with some, I would have felt the way. I don't know if I would express it the way he felt, but at that time he was tired.
Yeah, and I do agree that I am glad, CXM says, I'm glad he left when she said she felt unsafe and stayed.
Every brother, please do that, because when that's triggering. Now, if a woman would say that to me, I'm just be like, because what happens is, and we've seen it on these shows, it goes from I feel this way to you're actually doing it, and the dude ain't did nothing yet. He's just and so run. And he did run.
Yeah, I don't. It went from her being upset with because she was the same one that was like, at first, I don't feel comfortable dancing. And then she was dancing. Remember that with last episode? I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable dancing. And then I'm doing it. So this time I don't know. I just feel like she needs to go home. I don't feel like she's attracted to Urban. I think she just she wanted to be on TV, but a lot of people want to be on TV. And then when they get there, it's really not as fun filming as they think it's going to be. And so then they become very irritated.
Right. You're right.
But I think she needs to go home.
I wouldn't feel safe around her at that point.
Yeah, because if a woman starts talking like that, especially nowadays, you better
run. You
better be careful. All right. So let's get to Clavacious.
What's the name? Clay and Tatiana.
Yeah, Clay and Tatiana. So they went to the boom boom room.
I don't know why.
Why do you say that?
She told them we ain't doing nothing.
But they just wanted to get away and have some time.
Big old house, y'all couldn't get away. You had to go to the
No, because they have to sleep in those little beds in the quarters. That allows them to sleep together.
Y'all could have sat by the poolside or something.
No, they wanted to get away from that madness of Jared and Charlie talking about all their kids.
I said it before and I said it again. Don't put me in the boom boom if you ain't doing nothing with the boom boom. Told you, don't do it. Taking me in this room.
Why am I in this room and there's nothing, no tables, the bed's not shaking.
Right. We can do this outside. It's misleading is what it is.
It's not misleading. Shut up. It is not. No, but he does. He can't do nothing because he knows when he tells her that he got this baby, she's out of there.
He had his opportunity. You dragging the brother. Once they do it, catch out the bag for everybody. Go. Just let all y'all stuff out.
Go. No, but he knows that his situation ain't gonna be what Jared's situation was. It's not gonna be like that.
Damn sure ain't.
And I don't think they seem cool. She seems a little guarded, but I mean that's to be expected in this dating pool now. But I do think she's gonna be over it when she finds out he just had a baby. If you just had a baby with someone, you don't need to be dating. If you have a newborn, you don't need to be dating. It's like on Kendra G's show when they come on there on Singles Live and they're like, I had a baby, I got a baby daddy, the baby's 2. Why didn't it work with that baby? Like, why didn't it work with that person? What are you doing? You need to take some time. It should be like a break in between.
It should.
Who is this baby daddy of Charlie that has a 1-month-old baby? What the hell?
Hey, man.
I think Clay likes her, but I also think Clay, I mean, you can't have a newborn and be doing that. Like, it's just not fair. And if you were 100% honest, you should have told her before you guys came on the show. She should have known immediately. Then she can make the choice if she wants to stay in it. But now you put her in a bad position. So if she leaves, then it's on him.
I think he's going to try to spin it. I think what the guys try to do, a guy would try to do is like, maybe a woman too, but I'll speak from a guy's perspective, is once she sees me in person, feels my energy and we vibe. We've been vibing this long time. And once I finally tell her, it's going to be hard, but she'll like me and we'll get past it. But if it's over the phone, she could just never pick up again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a tough gamble.
He wants to tell her after he hits. That's what he really.
That's crazy. Antoinette says Charlie is drinking and breastfeeding. She is. She's pumping. We don't know if it's going to the baby, But she did say that she needed a drink. And it's so funny because when I thought about it, on the first episode, she said she was definitely going to be drinking because she could potentially be with the love of her life. And then she is still. We're going to hope that is not going to the baby.
And if it is, it's bad on the TV. Man, let me tell you something. Something can be. I think that's why I'm dyslexic now. My mother smoked the whole time she was pregnant with me. I didn't even find out until I was damn near 30.
Who told you?
My sister told me. I was like, what?
The Dolly Alice says probably so the milk doesn't stop. No, because when you're you're not supposed to drink at all because if you drink alcohol, it's not like it's going to go out of your system. It's not supposed to happen until you're done. So no, if somebody says she's going to lose custody of this one too, Nola, she probably is. Why would she be doing that?
Well, she got 4 kids. Obviously, this woman has no responsibility.
She's just out here doing her thing. I forgot how old she is. I can't remember how old she is.
I put it down on the other paper, but I used to, I forgot. Anyway.
Hold on, but I don't think it has their. Hold on, I have their names. I don't have their ages.
The ages was popping up on the screen. I forgot.
34. She's 34 with 4 kids. Girl.
Woo.
And that theirs is the most ridiculous. The most ridiculous. They've been dating for 4.5 years, and she has a newborn.
Hold on.
He has a 6-month-old.
So the other baby, the last baby that she had was 4 years before this one?
Yeah, she said 7 and something else, and then 12.
Jeez.
Yeah, and they did clear up that she's biracial. She's half black and half.
And she told you. That's what she told y'all. Y'all see it?
Well, but no, it has many different looks. Biracial can look very different. It can look black. It can look white. It can look a lot of different ways. So if she's biracial, she's biracial. She definitely doesn't read that way, but that's not our business.
Got your butt done don't mean that you biracial.
Marriott said we don't believe her.
Thank
you. She's biracial but not half black. I don't know what it is, but it's not. It does not look biracial, but it's okay. Queen Key says you can drink and breastfeed, just have to wait a certain amount of time before you pump milk for the baby or direct feed. No, that's not the truth. No. You're not supposed to be drinking and breastfeeding because the liquor does not exit immediately. No. You are supposed to stop drinking, and you drink once you're not breastfeeding anymore. So I'm hoping she's not giving that. I'm hoping she's just pumping to get it out, not to give it to the babies. Not biracial, girl. See, Boogie, I know you love that song. She's biracial.
That is the
biracial.
That is the.
She's biracial.
Anytime I watched it about 4 or 5 times.
I thought of C Boogie when I saw that because he's doing the dances. She's biracial, girl. I can't. Oh my God! No, it's not T-Pain. It's some guy. Oh my God! It's hilarious. It is hilarious. It is. That is really a song. It is really a song. I should put it in the chat because it is. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Because it's so funny. It's so funny. And a friend of mine sent it to me, and I was like, and then I looked it up, and the guy said that he, he's a black guy that was with a white woman, and he made it for his daughter. But I don't believe that because the way he's dancing, his name is Sean Fury. I'm putting it in the chat because I want, just as we've had to watch it, it's kind of like addictive. Once you watch it, you're probably you're just gonna not be able to look away because he's doing these moves. Like I put it in the chat. If you guys want to click on that YouTube link, feel free to do that. Thank you, Jala. So all right, so we've talked about Chris and Alexis. let's go back here. Let me go back here to my couples here. Let's talk about Ty and hold on. Brittany, yes, Ty and Brittany. I actually like them. They're not really exciting. But I think they're genuine.
And they work good together.
They work good together. I like them in the kitchen cooking. I did also like that she was saying that she didn't really feel comfortable. She was one of the people that said that she didn't feel comfortable with the getting into her swimsuit and doing the body painting. But she did, and he seems to be he doesn't seem to be very, very pushy. He seems to be very respectful and just, likes to have a good time. So I like them. I like them.
I do. How old is he?
I don't. Hold on.
Ty seems a little older than the rest of the fellas.
He's not though. Remember we looked at it, and he is not older. He is 38, and she is 41. So he's actually older. She's actually older than him.
You know what? We did say that last week.
And I said that to me, he looks older than 38, and people said I was wrong.
He does. Sorry.
But I think he definitely looks older than 38. Anyone else's ages that we need to know?
Nah.
Alicia is 36 and Irvin is 44. Irvin does not look 44.
He doesn't.
He does not look 44 at all.
He doesn't. Here's the thing. In Alicia's like confessional, when she talks, she's an attractive woman. But then I'm thinking now more and more I think about it, it's him. She don't like him.
She don't like him, but she also is fussy though.
No, that's for sure.
Ty needs a bra. My husband walked by and asked why that woman was being painted nude. Yikes. He did have some roles. Irvin needs a bra, respectfully. You know what? There were some real bodies there tonight.
You know what? I thought that. I was like, that's real. These weren't people like some model agency sent them. These are real people.
These are real bodies. Real bodies happening.
That's the real world, y'all. That's what we dealing with.
It is. Even when Alicia was laying against, when she was sitting up there with Irvin, I was like, yep, that's that real stuff. We so used to seeing some other stuff. No, I need y'all to hear that song. I need y'all to see the biracial girl. I needed everybody to see that song. You guys tell Sean Fury that we just gave him some promo because that song is madness. I always think of C Boogie because I feel like that's what he wants. She's biracial.
It's the neck when he does it.
I know. I mean, I listened to it. I was just like, it's like not like any other girl. Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
It's something that could have been out in the 80s.
It is, but it's out now. Oh. It is out now for all. Oh my gosh, for all of our enjoyment. Aside from Clay having to reveal a new baby, and Kiki, what do you think that Brandon is going to do when he realizes that Kiki has been living with her ex-boyfriend?
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Y'all let the cat out the bag. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, they released a digital clip that said that. Basically, Kiki has been living with her ex-boyfriend, still lives with her ex-boyfriend, and she's worried that Brandon is going to be upset. I believe Brandon is going to be upset because Brandon is upset because she's drinking too much. He does not like it.
He does not. He don't play. Hey.
Did you see the clip? He is not feeling it.
You see when she rolled over on the chair? Roll back. You see that one? Okay.
He does not look 30.
Who, Brandon?
Yeah.
What does he look like to you?
He just looks like he has the stress of an older gentleman.
Nah, I think it's the hair. I think he comes.
His eyes, look around. He just looks like he's about 35, 36.
That's how they look. They look 30. He look 30 to me.
Okay. Well, she's 28. She's cutie pie to me, but
no, she has a pretty face, but If it was the drinking, now you're living with a man. It's like, how dare you? You could have stayed home. Why are you here? Is it a financial thing? Is it an ex and you trying to figure it out? You don't have enough money to move? What is it?
Well, she's a model.
For what?
She's a BBW model. Yeah, that's what she says. A plus size model.
That's what she said.
And it just says that he is a former football player. What about now?
He must have been a kicker or some shit.
I don't think he was with a professional team. Maybe I don't know if that was. I don't know what that was. That's weird. But yeah, I don't know about. I don't think he's going to be locked into her. But I don't think he likes her anyway because I think that he's a photographer. I think he likes taking pictures of her because he has some type of fetish. But I don't think he's serious.
Type of fetish.
A fetish for BBWs. What other type of fetish would I be talking about?
I just wanted to be clear to the people. You know, we got new viewers. I just want to,
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I was talking about. Do y'all feel like it would be weird because during the body painting, which I really did not like, the couples had to get in their bathing suits, but the expert, the intimacy coach, and Taronda were in regular clothes.
What are they supposed to be in?
I don't know, but I didn't like what Taronda had on. I did not like it. I feel like a flared skirt, like a little flared skirt, should be for a shorter woman, smaller.
Too much leg.
It just felt like it was a little woman's outfit.
Okay.
I don't think it's wrong for him to have a fetish, but I don't think anybody wants to be fetishized. And Kiki said that she already is a little bit, insecure. So I don't think that she wants to be with someone who makes her a fetish.
Two things. Can you build a relationship on a fetish?
I don't believe so. Maybe that's a good topic we can have. Number
one. And number two, I'm still not clear what was painted on her. I saw something on the leg.
It said, well, no, who put love down the woman's leg and then said he outlined it so it would pop?
I think that was Ty.
Okay. All right. I don't exactly know what was painted on her.
Why don't we know this? The canvas was there. Why don't we know this?
You know what?
No, it was something on the leg. I
don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. It just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I do know that it is weird that I don't know. I'm reading the definition of fetish. So the reason, because someone asked, why is it a problem? Lovey asked, why is it a problem if it's a fetish? The definition of fetish is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is strongly linked to a particular object or activity or part of the body. So that means that other than the sexual organs. So that means that the focus is sexual in nature and is only connected with that. So when you notice a lot of women that are BBWs that get with guys that have a fetish, the men start to feed them because they don't want them to lose weight. They don't care about them not being healthy. It's not really it's objectification. Thank you, Druzy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are a lot of men that are with women like that and they get very upset when the women start to drop weight. And realistically, that it's just not healthy to be at that size. Not healthy for you.
That part.
So she not even for anything other than herself. She's young. So thank God, because when you get older, that weight it catches up with you, right? And it's just a lot of stress on your body. And it's not you'll just be healthier if you lost some of it.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think that's why I think that objectification and fetish is not healthy for any relationship. even if it's something besides being a BBW, if there's some people that have fetishes for other things, but nobody wants to be seen that way in a relationship. Now, if you have a page where someone is paying you, you know, like those OnlyFans pages where people showing their feet or people doing, that's different because you're getting paid for it. But an actual intimate, loving relationship, you cannot be in a healthy one with one that is with someone that is fetishizing you.
Right. I didn't think you could build like, okay, I got this fetish about, you know, her, and then can you build something real from that?
I don't think so. Because I think you're only interested because of that. It's almost like you don't see the person as a real thing. You see them as an object.
That part. Okay.
Yeah. Like Country Chris's page. Hey, allegedly, we don't know that that's the case, but there are lots and lots of people saying that Chris, and why are we calling him Country Chris?
That's what you call him.
People are calling him that. Country Chris has a OnlyFans page that is allegedly for men and women. Let's just say that. I agree, Haitian Empress. The fact that he enjoyed being submissive furthered the fetish narrative for me. I agree 100%. Because he said it a few times. Like it was really a big deal to him. And I did not like it.
I would like to see an ex of his. Hopefully they have, you know how they have like the friends, or they have exes come in and be like,
yeah,
that kind. I hope they do one of them.
I don't remember if they did that with the Never Ever Mets last time. They sure did.
Family.
They did. I don't want to put this stuff with Chris up here. At least not right now. Now, if we continue to hear it next week, we may have to.
Okay.
Because you know we have to be honest with our viewers. And if he keeps on trending, then I think we would have to talk about it. As it is, I'm just shocked because he seems so different than on this show, you know, than before. Not please, y'all stop. We're trying to
circulating smut on the internet.
Huh?
Y'all wants to be circulating smut on the internet.
Yes, we don't want to share the smut. We're trying to be different, but and this is the thing. If it's not true and it's AI or something like that, I don't want to be responsible for doing something. I am a journalist, but I also don't. That's why I want to be sure that I'm being honest and checking my facts before I share something. Because there are photos, but I don't know if it's him. And there are people saying that he's doing it, but I haven't checked that, so I don't want to share that until I've checked it.
Let Christal do her due diligence.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want nobody coming for me. You know, we may want to talk to him later on. You know, and plus we don't want to be a part of the negativity of putting stuff out that's not true about people. That's hurtful. But yeah, so I you know, tonight was not. And I'm not with Rolling Out anymore, you guys. I'm with Lennox and Parker. So we have moved on from Rolling Out. But I'm trying to see the other. I didn't really see anything else in tonight's episode. It was really kind of boring. I don't really like the body painting stuff.
When do you think Clay is going to tell Tatiana the situation?
Well, I hope it's quickly because, like you said, he will look really crazy not telling her after there was an opening.
Right.
So the longer it goes, it's going to make it worse because he has, you know, avoided this. He heard everybody else, and when she asked, what did he think about it? And then the fact that he didn't own up then, he's just digging a deeper hole, and that's also going to make her not trust him more.
That part. That's why you got to do it, man. Listen, that was the time. You might not have made it to the boom, boom, room. I mean, you ain't do nothing in there anyway. But I'm just saying.
According to you, it was a waste of boom anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you might as well just told her, man, that was the time.
Bunions and being gay, is that what you guys are calling Alexis? Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Alexis and Chris.
Oh, that was the other thing. Her energy, Alexis's energy on the couch. When the brother came, sat next to her,
it was weird.
What,
but then he came out weird though. He did come out weird. He was like, doing like this. He's like, what y'all talking about me? And I guess he was trying to play with her, and she is not a playful person.
He is not.
There's nothing playful about her. I even feel like Charlie was kind of weird, so she got up and went to sit next to Jared because it just felt strange. She just felt like she was mad at Chris, and then he tried to talk to her, but I just don't feel like they're a real couple. I think they just are on the TV. It's just too much. I don't like it.
I got you.
I don't believe it. I think that, to me, whenever somebody has to go out of their way to make it seem like they're, like this fake confidence, right? I'm 40 fine. I know I always get what I want. I don't lose. Like, all that is BS. Like, just.
You're right. I see it.
You lose sometimes. Everybody does.
Everybody take an L, man.
Hell, you took an L when he left and went with somebody else. And then you want a public apology.
Bingo.
So,
bingo.
Lynn Toy says, as a curvy woman, I've encountered men who have a fetish for my body type. It's not a good thing at all. Thank you for saying that. I don't think fetishes are positive for the person that's being objectified at all. At all. I don't think that's a good thing. And I do feel that way. That's what my gut says about Brandon with Alexis. I mean, with Brandon with Kiki. Now, if it's a fetish because he's a part of the LBC and that's his beard, that's one thing. But if it's also because of his just liking that because of him being a photographer.
I think that's even more cruel.
Why do you say that?
I just, like, you're using a person like, you double down on it to, like, just like, okay, if you're covering up as a woman, why are you using those type of women?
Well,
if you know what I'm saying, like, why? Because you felt like they would come with, like, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't peep you and they're just happy for you to be there. Like, what is the purpose?
I think that as Cardi B says, what is the reason? What is the reason?
What is the reason?
I do think people think that a lot of times, and I've heard women say that a lot of times. Guys feel like, oh, she'll be excited to have me because he's very fit, and she just be excited to have a guy.
That's dirty.
It is dirty.
First of all, you don't want really women anyway, if that's the case.
But a lot of them are trying to hide who they are, and they're not comfortable. Which I think in this day and age, everybody has a right and should feel comfortable being who they are. I mean,
get on out that damn closet. It's hot in there.
Come on out of there.
Come on out
that closet. Otherwise, you hurt other people and you hurt yourself.
That part.
The guy on last time that liked to suck toes, Aaron H.
Yeah,
the older gentleman that.
Yeah, he's sucking that lady's feet on TV.
He did. It was. I noticed that Clay just immediately started, and I've had guys do that. Is that normal for a man to just start rubbing your feet and just foot? I don't like feet, so it just freaks me out when people just pick up somebody else's foot and start massaging it. Like,
yeah, I rub feet. I'm a feet rubber.
You early on? Like, how early on do you rub a foot?
Depends how close the foot is near me. Maybe she had a hard day. She's a beautician or somebody that stands on their feet, and you're just there. They got their feet, on the bed, hanging off the bed or whatever. I walk in the room and I just want to give a kind gesture and rub a foot or two.
Okay, now what if this is on a first date and you guys come back to the house after going out and she has her shoes off and you guys are on the couch and it's there next to you? Are you going to just start
I've done it, yes.
Okay. It could be me because I don't like I don't like feet. Like I don't like feet. It's a pet peeve of mine.
Okay.
I hate feet, and I don't like. And so whenever a guy starts touching my feet, I always think it's weird, but I allow it because again, I'm not a dream killer, you know. But it's just not my thing. Hey, I'm always like, yikes. But then I don't like people's feet near. I just don't like feet.
They not smelly and the toes that they pretty. I mean,
I just don't like the feet. I don't like feet. I just now will start to rub Gun Boss's feet when he comes from work. But it really, I don't, it's not my favorite thing just because I really don't like feet.
And don't rub my feet. I let the Korean people do that down the street.
No, he wants to. I do not like feet at all. They freak me out. I'm telling you, when the puppy came out and it was feet first, I was like, come on, man. I had to grab the little paws. There was little feet. They're like little feet. I don't like them. Yeah. That's just a weird hang up I have. I don't like feet. So when he just automatically start, and then toes, like, oh God, like just separating toes and rubbing, it freaks me out.
You must have had a bad experience.
No, I just don't like feet. I never liked them.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand. And if I was a guy, I would be freaking out with women wanting me to rub their feet.
I mean, if they want you to, or you just decide to while they're there, it's a kind gesture. It's no different than giving a man a massage, or you walk by him and his shoulders and all that.
I'm trying to do better. Baby feet are cutest. The little babies, them little puppy feet were kind of freaky coming out of sugar pie. Yeah, but I don't like the toes and stuff. Like I've had guys try to, like, if they're trying to holler at you, they'll just pick your foot up and start rubbing it, and I'm always like, oh.
But we think women like that. Most women.
Well, most women do. Most women do. And again, I don't stop anybody.
Yes. As a man doing that, since we talked about permission today, should a man ask permission or just do it?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you all tonight. That whole permission thing depends on if you like the man or not. Because if he's a handsome man that I like, I don't care if he asks permission. If he's someone that I don't like, then I'll be like, you need to, like, then we come up with all the boundaries.
But I think that was their point. It was like, even if you don't know, it's always cool to ask. It's always cool at least to ask, opposed to just do.
It is. I think it's always safer, and I would tell my son that. Like, because you just never know. Because sometimes women can give mixed signals a lot. Like, I'm flirting, but yet I didn't want you to do that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people misread signals and things like that. So I do think it's always safer to ask. I've had a guy ask, can I kiss you? And I'm like.
See, that's it. As a man, I'm going to be honest with you. That's always a little tricky.
Yeah.
That's always a little tricky. Because you got to remember, to even go into a kiss, you're in someone's space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can feel the energy, and then I had women was like, I'm just waiting for you to kiss me, or told me to kiss them. But, I'm hesitant. I'm like, especially in today's times.
Yeah, I think because of how things have gone, I think people should ask. And because if the girl likes you, she's not going to hold it against you. But I also don't want to lie and act like some guys, that have done things, it's kind of like the sexual harassment. The cute guy that you like is hitting on you at the job and you like him, that's one thing. If the ugly guy tries to hit on you, you're offended. You know what I mean? And so it's just, we have to acknowledge as women, a lot of times we give mixed signals, but the safest thing for the man to do is always to get clarity prior.
That part. Read the room and still ask.
Yeah. So someone says these people had been in relationships for, hold on, I think that was African Astan, said basically these people have been, this is a bit confusing because these people have been building relationships with each other for a long time. These are not just early relationships. That is what they are saying. But that is also not the energy that I get from these couples. Do you guys get that? Like, to me, it doesn't seem like there's a real situation, it feels like they're all getting to know each other for the first time. I don't feel anybody besides maybe Jay and Cinco actually get each other.
Right.
It just seems all like they faked the fact they were talking. It seems like they might have been like DM Instagram buddies for a while.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you look nice. Okay. And if this girl is sending out eggplant emojis.
Well, hey. Now see, you do that, as soon as you meet her, she come out the car, have y'all first meet, I might just slap her down. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now you need to ask.
But
he did call her his black queen.
Now that part, right, I was gonna text you on that part. Really?
That's what he said. He strikes me as a person that grew up in a diverse neighborhood.
Right. She might have a granddaddy that was black. Like they use that.
Yeah, or Hispanic or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, maybe black, because he said black queen. So maybe she did. I don't know.
She lied about the kids. Ain't no telling what else what she lied about.
She does not look Creole from Louisiana. There's a specific look to that. That is not it.
Yeah, she definitely.
That is not it. Let me ask you guys this. They asked a question in that digital clip. Who is the most influential person in your life? And I thought it was a really good question. Who would you say? Because I noticed that both of them said their mothers. And I was like, that's a really good question for people. Who is the most influential person in your life?
It's a good question.
Yeah. What would you guys say? Tell us in the chat, who is the most influential person in your life? Mo, who is yours?
My father.
I would have to say my mom.
He passed when I was 13, but it's still to this day, jewels and things that he said to me up until he passed, I still remember being 13, and they still apply to this day. Everything came to fruition and just full circle. So yeah, him.
Yeah, my mom.
I can see that. I can see your mom.
I mean, that's all I had, and and the next person was probably my granny.
Because it could be a school teacher that really took time, And
I was blessed to have two really amazing school teachers that did leave a big impression on me. Mr. Carl and Miss Alexander. And Miss Alexander were really, really influential and helped me to really kind of grasp onto my talent as a writer. That really nurtured that. So I will definitely say that I did have Carl Williams. I was like, Mr. Williams from Booker T. Washington High School, and Miss Alexander from Booker T. Washington High School. Definitely left a huge impression on me. But it would have to be my mom.
There you go.
Yeah. But I'm thankful for all the people that planted seeds. But I thought that was interesting. And I wondered if, with it's different, like with men and women, I wondered about his relationship with his father and her relationship with his father, like for him to say his mom. But I know mothers are very influential on their babies.
Especially if that's all you had.
Yeah, if that's all you had, definitely. Noah says she would say herself. I feel that. I think as an adult it has been, but I'm thinking of like from 0 to 17 when I went to college, it was my mom. But after that, then you learn to rely on yourself and you learn to trust yourself.
Right.
And to
it could be in different spaces too. And like in school, it's my art teacher, especially Miss Carol. This is my art teachers, and because they give me a chance to really express myself, even when I couldn't at home.
Nice.
Kind of do that. So it could go from different phases in your life. Who was influenced, while you were, a young person, teenager, so on and so forth. But absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think those things are important because, it tells a lot. It tells you a lot about the person. And I think I was reading something earlier that said, you have to be willing to address the little kid in you You know, when you get into a relationship and when you're in therapy, you have to be willing to go back, because that's where all of our issues, whatever your issues are, they all go back to that time period.
We talked about that a little bit on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we did. We definitely did with the therapist. We had a great show on Wednesday. If you did not see it, we had a couple, Black couple that are they're marriage therapists, with a company called The Love Rekindled. It was a great conversation. I would suggest you go back and listen if you didn't get a chance to. But we had a really, really impactful conversation with them on relationships and how people can, you know, figure things out. The unhealed child in you will show up. Absolutely. Absolutely. And even still, I think we always have to be still forever learning. You know, it was interesting. I watched, tonight, I watched the Family or Fiance, and I know the couple. I know the young lady. I don't know her fiance, but I do know the young lady on the show. I've known her for years. And it's just interesting how you can assume who people are. You can know them, but not knowing them intimately, right, you can miss out, you know, on things. So it's interesting. It was watching her and then seeing like, oh, these are some, I didn't know she was, you know, going through the things that she was going through that she had shared on the show. It's really interesting, and it was a really good episode. That's a really good show. Really good show. And I think for all of us that have our parents, we have to be really, really thankful and love on them, because I think that the most influential passing in people's lives is their parents. I think when people lose their parents, their perspective on life, sometimes their perspective on themselves change totally.
Even if you're like super grown, and it does, man. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. So if you have your mom and God, if you're blessed enough to have your grandparents, please love on them. And for those of you that have lost them, you know, be open to finding other people that can pour into you, and, you know, that can help you, you know, deal with that pain and loss, because life continues. And I don't think they're ever gone from us. They're here. But I know for me, I lost my dad. I wasn't close to my father at all. But I lost my dad, and when I moved to Atlanta, I met this older gentleman. He's in his 80s that I boarded my horse at his barn, and he became like a godfather to me, and I love him to death. He's so sweet. He's a very influential part of my life now. When I go to the airport, he comes and picks me up, or he checks on me, and, you know, just like a father, adopted father, you know. So, and I'm glad I opened my heart up, you know, enough to receive that, because I would not have done that before. But I do have my mom here. And so I'm trying to enjoy and suck up every moment, you know, that I have with her. Yeah. But anyway, the tonight's episode, I would give it a 5.5.
Yeah. I think they left us, they're dragging, I ain't gonna say dragging it out, but this, I don't think they wanted the boy to tell. They want us to still kind of like, I think it's the producers doing it.
Yeah, it is. They know they're teasing us with these weird secrets and trying to pull it out. Because last week Charlie, you know, tested him and said that she had a secret, and then she told him, and then, you know, this today, and then we got the whole secret, and then he admitted he has a baby too, and they're trying to pull out that. But I would say a 5.5 out of 1 to 10.
I think Tatiana's gonna leave.
You think so?
If once he says that, she ain't with that.
Haitian Empress says, and no mention about the amount of salt on the fish. Black people can't eat like that. I did notice a lot of seasoning going on to that. But he also said it was going to be blackened catfish. And I learned that the blackened is just the seasoning.
Right.
I don't eat catfish, blackened fish, or any of that. But yeah, maybe he was just trying to get the blackened on it. I don't know. She said it was salt. It was a lot. I was like, yikes. But hey, hey.
the rest of the couples cook.
Yeah, I think that's cute. They have each couple cook for someone. And you notice he came in there like he was like a rice pilaf, a blackened fish. I was like, oh, is he a chef?
I don't know. He was moving around like a chef.
He was like, and she was a sushi. I think he does cook. I think he mentioned before that he likes to cook. I don't know if it was onion powder or it was the blackened seasoning or what it was, but it was a lot. And he was being plentiful with it. Like it wasn't like a sprinkle. It was like getting in there. But I noticed that some people, I was over a friend's house one time. And, I'm from Ohio. So Adrian and my husband is from South Carolina. So they use a lot of seasoning, seasoning. They do like that, right? Like all of that, whatever, high blood pressure is all in there. That's not how we cook. So he was like, you don't always season it. And I'm like, I remember going in a friend's kitchen and they were just with the Lowry seasoned salt.
Yeah.
That chicken there was no chicken. It was just Lowry's with a little bit of bird underneath it.
Especially if you got a person with the cooking arm.
Oh, yeah.
They go chicken and that arm they can't stop. Tell me, they can't stop.
I saw it. I had never seen that. I had never seen someone coat the chicken to where there were several layers of it. And I was like, we're going to be sick after we eat this chicken. This is going to be sick. But no, I did see that. But hopefully, he just seemed like, because he was like a vinaigrette sauce with a wine. He sounded like a cook.
He did.
He did. So I like that. I think they're cute. I think there's a few couples that could potentially make it, but for the most part, no. I do think Tatiana's going to go off and leave. But I noticed something, even like I told Mo, like watching the Pop the Balloon and these shows, it does seem like men and women rebound from hurt differently. Women are guarded and don't, because they say women heal, but I don't think, it doesn't seem like most people heal, period. It seems like everybody is baggage is just rough. Men try, they will get out there and try, but they will also not give their whole heart, right? They'll be present, but they won't give their whole heart.
That's what the brother said on the show we was watching afterwards. What's it called again?
Yes, the Family or Fiance. That's exactly what he said. He was like, I'm not going to give my whole 100% of myself to anybody because he doesn't want to get hurt. And then women, they will go into the relationships looking for reasons to penalize the new guy.
Right.
It's like you're coming in like, I'm gonna catch you. I know you're not doing right. I know something ain't right. I can't, I just bringing all that energy of I'm looking for something wrong.
Very suspicious energy off the top.
Yeah. I think it's both toxic because I think what I get from this is people really just need to heal. Heal and find ways to heal. It's unfortunate and it's not fair that when you get hurt, it's your responsibility to heal you. But as that old African proverb, my favorite one goes, physician, heal thyself. Meaning that you have everything within you that it takes to heal. You and God have everything. You just have to take the time to do it. You just have to take the time and be okay with being alone and getting therapy and not getting into another relationship, because what we see is people taking old trauma into new relationships and messing up those new relationships.
Those kind of residuals.
Well, that's really what it is, residuals. That is really what it is. So yeah, we'll be tuned in next week. We'll try to watch Pop the Balloon again on Thursday. You guys let us know if you see it and if you feel anything different about it.
Tomorrow, 8 p.m., if y'all get a chance, please watch the other show.
Somebody's Son.
Yeah.
Somebody's Son. My interview with the couple is going to be live this weekend. Probably Sunday. I'll put the interview up. I interviewed one of the mothers and her sons, and her son, and it was really, really good. And then we'll do that review next week as well. Next Friday as well, we'll talk about somebody's son in addition to the Never Ever Mets. So we'll have to split it up. And we'll try to get a little bit of Pop the Balloon in as well. So we'll do Pop the Balloon, somebody's son, and the Never Ever Mets next Friday.
There we go.
All right. And then, of course, on Monday, I will be back with Grace and Gossip. Wednesday, we're coming back with Dating Diaries. And I think we're going to have a really interesting show on Wednesday. I'm going to text you. I'll call you tomorrow and talk, because we got an interesting situation. But I do think that would be good to talk about. One Wednesday is, how do people really heal from relationships?
It's more than one way.
Yeah, getting under someone or on top of someone else, I don't think that works for anybody. I think it's a distraction. It's a great distraction. Kalani has this song called Distraction, and I love that song because it's basically asking the guy, do you want to be my distraction right now? Because I don't want to deal with anything. And I think a lot of times people think that works because it's like a pain pill that keeps them from thinking about their pain. But what happens, you get in that relationship and then you realize you're not really healed. The pain is still there, and it all comes out when you're in the new relationship.
That's true. And the funny thing is, I keep hearing more and more women say they don't necessarily want a relationship. They just want somebody to take trips with, go out to eat from time to time, and all this. I'm like, well, damn it, that sounds like.
Well, they want to be able to control their hurt. That's what that is. That's a woman that wants to control her heart from being hurt. So if I put boundaries on it that don't allow me to be hurt, then I won't get hurt. So I can say, I don't want anything from you but this, this, and this. And the expectation, if I take the expectation out, I can't get hurt.
Yeah, but all the stuff you want is all the stuff they're talking about is like relationship-based stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Oh, you know the song, Hey You There. Yes. Are you down to be? I love that song. And sometimes you may need that, but you have to realize that's not going to lead to something else, because you need to heal regardless. The distraction is not long-term. It's short-term. It is short-term. But all right, guys. Well, we're giving it a 5.5. If you are watching the replay, make sure you like, share, and subscribe this before you leave, please. And if you're watching the replay, do the same. Let us know who was most influential in your life. Let us know in the chat what your answer is. I said my mom and most of his dad. And I also had two English teachers, by the way, Mr. Carl Williams and Miss Alexander, that were influential to me as well. And then there's been numerous people, like I said, my mentor, Alice Blue, numerous people that I'm so thankful for all the nuggets they dropped in me. But my mom would definitely have to be the number one most influential person in my life. And of course, now my babies. But okay. All right. Well, you guys have an amazing weekend. Try to stay out of trouble. Love on each other. Love on yourself. And we will see you right back here next Wednesday for Dating Diaries. Love you guys.
Easy, y'all.